Hello, Carrots here. Welcome to episode 20 of the Isla Paradiso bunch. We've got the same crew, including the baby Terry Butler King, who was a clone of Triton King. He'll be aging up in a couple more days. You might remember that Judy cloned him in the science station a few days ago. In the last episode, here we are at Plumbob Island. The plant sim toddlers are working on their toddler skills. I wasn't able to get them to read the books to themselves because they kept getting a writing issue every time they went over to the book. I've had that problem before in other games. So the workaround is to get the young adults to read to them. Now Jeannie is reading to Bertie and Judy is reading to Benji. Now, Bertie's the oldest one, so he's the one with the most books in his inventory. He gets the books in his inventory from Wendy. When she's finished reading a book, we pass it across to Bertie. And, of course, Wendy's books come from Jerry. And when Jerry has finished reading her book, it goes to Wendy. And Jerry got hers from a sim who went shopping at the bookstore. Now, when Jeannie finishes reading a book, she walks across the room and places it on a seat. After she read the first book to Bertie, I didn't know what she'd done with it. Searched through all the bookcases. There are several bookcases at Plumbob Island, as well as a few more over at the home lot in Surf Circle. I searched them all for the books, assuming she would have put them in a bookcase. But no, she puts them on the seat. And that first book I actually bought again because I wanted it to go to Benji. And then I ended up with two of them. I suppose I could always sell one, but might lose it again at some stage, so we've got two of one of the books. That Josephine is moving baby Terry around. He's currently in a cot from the nursery that was made for the two plant sim toddlers when they were babies. It's all decorated. The custom content that's in there is from around the Sims 3 site. I'm not too sure where the custom content came from here, but it could be around the Sims 3 again. Anyway, she's put him away in the cot and there's no teddy bear there at the moment, so I don't think I've given him one of them yet. Have to remedy that situation. Looks like she's going to play with him and give him a cuddle, maybe even give him a bottle as well. These other Sims do go in there to him occasionally, but mostly he's just left to lie there on his own. I suppose he's got a lot of sleeping and growing to do. He is a baby Sim after all. He'll be aging up when he's about 10 days old. I think he's got a couple of days left after the end of this video. I hope you can't hear all the noise that's going on around me. It's school holidays. It was very noisy around here yesterday. Apart from it being school holidays, I have a son sitting in his bedroom practicing the guitar. He's doing a bit of performing and he's writing his own songs, and sometimes I can hear him from here. I wonder if one of the toddlers is crying. It sounds like, or it looks like she's hearing a toddler crying. There she goes. She puts little Terry back in his cot. Let him have a little sleep. He's got a teddy. Don't have to worry about it. He's got one. I'll just check if he's got an imaginary friend as well. He needs to have an imaginary friend. All of my Sims have imaginary friends if they're born in one of my games. I have ways of getting one. But I've got to check that he hasn't already been sent one in the mail and doesn't already have one in his inventory before I go and make another one for him. So Craig's come in and he liked to chat up the ladies. Unfortunately, Josephine's a bit hot-headed, so they don't get on very well. I don't think she gets on with any of them. I seriously doubt that she's ever going to get herself married and have a family of her own. She probably doesn't want to either, so I won't worry too much about that. Josephine is actually my hot-headed genie who I banned from all games for years, literally years. She just sat in my library not being used because she just caused me so much trouble in the first game I put her into. But she hasn't been too bad in this one so far, as long as that she's not talking to Craig or several of the other household members. The big thing here, of course, is that she's not actually beating them up, which is what she was doing in my previous game. Now Craig's come outside, he's still in one piece and he's lit the fire. Now I'm going to send him downstairs to do a bit of gardening with the tractor. He needs to develop his gardening skill. He hasn't got much of a gardening skill yet, and the tractor is good for him to water and harvest and fertilise with, and he gains gardening skill while he does it. And Diana can come down and deal with the barren plants. I'll send Judy down to revive any plants that happen to be dead. I think there's a few dead ones that have died from neglect. Now, dead plants can be revived by a sim who has a level 5 or above gardening skill and also has the green thumb trait. We've got 2 sims in this household to qualify, but Judy's the one I always think of to do this job first because she had that skill when the game started. Jeannie is the gardener here, and she has joined the gardening career, and she's also a level 10 gardener, and she has got a green thumb, so she could be doing this job as well. And if there were a lot of dead plants, I'd get her to come down and help Judy. But there's really only one here that I'm interested in saving. That's a life plant. They die fairly easily. They require a lot of attention, life plants. Up to the top on the ground is Muriel and Craig. So Craig has found someone to talk to after he finished doing his harvesting. Now let's go and check out the home lot at 45 Surf Circle. So it must be night time now, but it looks pretty dark. We've got Judy, Diana and Craig all at the home lot. I guess there's somebody back at Plumbob Island taking care of the toddlers and the baby. At least there's a benefit of having a lot of young adults in the household. Now down on the second level basement we find Hayley with Wendy. Wendy's there with her imaginary friend. Looks like Hayley's going to pick her up. The imaginary friend's now gone into Wendy's inventory. Now Wendy's still got quite a few books to read, and there's also skilling objects scattered around the floor in this particular level for her and Jerry to learn their toddler skills. Looks like she's going to get attacked by the claw. At least Hayley isn't ignoring her little girls as much now as she was when they were babies. And I don't see Meryl spending so much time with them as she did when they were babies. So there she's put her in the walker. I got these walkers from around The Sims 3. They seem to work quite well. There's Mia Azul's yellow ghost going across the room, just above where Hayley is. There she is, in the middle of the screen now. Almost missed her. That's the only time we see Mia Azul in this episode, so you better check her out now. That's why I left this little bit in, because of that appearance of the yellow ghost. So while the 2 little girls play with their walkers, we get to see Stella Dog wandering across the room, and even Kitty Cat puts in a quick appearance. Looks like Wendy wants to walk around in her little walker. Hayley's getting a bit of genie stretching exercise, and Meryl's doing nothing much at all, just standing there on the other side of the room. Looks like Hayley's decided it's time to get her out of her sleepwear. That's about time. Now what's she going to do? She's picking up, I think it's Jerry. Wonder what she's going to do with her. Doesn't wander in the walker anymore anyway. I can't tell these 2 little ones apart sometimes. I keep trying to guess by their clothes. So she's put her in the playpen so she can play with the abacus. I think that is the logic skill that they get with the abacus. I think it's the handiness skill they get from the walker. I'm not sure. So this little girl's getting right into playing with the walker. That's what they do when they're gaining their skill. Sometimes the bar shows above their head and sometimes it doesn't. So she's using it to walk around in as well, as long as she's having fun. Wonder why Meryl's just standing over there on her own. There goes Stella Dog again. So we've got one with the walker and the other one is learning to play with the abacus. Now she's going to go and put somebody into a playpen, I think. Here comes Kitty Cat. So once we've got both of the little girls in the playpen, they can actually play together, and that builds their friendship as well. And then, since they both learnt to talk, when they play with the mirror, they're actually building charisma skill while they've got enough friends to allow them to advance further in the charisma skill. Now, here's Crystal Waters Beach. We must be having Sam at the beach. On his own. Just Sam. This happens when the beaches are empty. There's nobody else there. But after a while, Sims start turning up. I haven't had him at this beach before, I don't think. And we soon start seeing the Sims in the background running down the hill. But they're not there yet, so we might as well have a bit of a look around, see what's near this beach. There's a windmill, that looks interesting. Sam is surveying the beach. We've got anybody there to rescue from drowning because there's nobody there to drown at this point. That looks, oh no, I thought that was somebody in the distance, but it isn't. Then we've got kids outside running down the hill. Well, I live on a hill and the street outside and there's kids on go-karts rolling down the hill squealing. I'm sure that'll be in the video. I suspect they'll just simply carry their little wheeled cart up the top of the hill and do it again. I think that's Christopher Collins. The Collins family often turn up at the beach when Sam is there surveying it. Christopher Collins is the one who Hayley had to go and see when she first started on her quest to find Refuge Island. I don't think anyone's going to actually go swimming though. They're all just walking around. But at least we know Sam is still trying. He goes to the beach and he surveys the beach. And sometimes he does actually get an opportunity to rescue a Sim from drowning. But it's a very rare occurrence. There he is. He's tired. Hope his shift is nearly over. We don't want him rescuing Sims while he's tired. We go back to Plumbub Island and see what's happening there. So Muriel, she's still pretty skinny after her long swim from Plumbub Island to the resort on Diver's Den Island. So she's putting somebody, one of the little plant sim boys is going into a walker. See that ATS around the Sims 3 site, they have got a good variety of walkers. They can have lots of fun there. So that must have been Benji that was just put in the walker. This is Bertie on this side, I think. Now, Muriel, she's working towards her lifetime wish, plus she's doing some paintings that we're hanging on the wall. I'm gradually decorating that area that's directly opposite. And that's Josephine about to use that rocking chair that we placed there in the last episode. Yes, that wall, that blank area over there will be quite nicely decorated shortly, but at the moment it's looking very plain. So it looks like Benji and Bertie are both going to be working on the skill gain from the walkers. They can both walk, so they just need to develop their skill by playing with the walker. Now Muriel, she's going to go and paint. She's got to get to level 10 in painting and level 10 in the guitar skill to get her lifetime wish. I think she might already be at level 10, but I'd like a few more paintings to decorate with. And then she's going to be concentrating on her guitar skill so she can gain her lifetime wish. Not quite sure what Josephine's up to over there. Oh, that's right, she's got a funny lifetime wish as well. One I've never achieved before. She needs to get to level 10 in all 3 of the social groups. I suppose she'll get to the social networking skills as well. Now we're back at the home lot and surf circle with 2 little girls in the playpen together. Looks like we're both going to be working on the abacus. Maybe they'll have a little game of peekaboo as well. I'm planning to get them to the maximum skills on everything that I can manage to do, but I'm not sure how high that maximum skill will be because they seem to be playing with various things. They're on the mirrors at the moment. They play there for a long time. Here we are, Bella Vista Beach. Sam's up there doing his beach patrol, surveying the beach, hoping to rescue some sim from drowning. Only some sims would come to the beach and try to drown. Would be very helpful. Looks like he's got somebody else on the beach with him at the moment. They're not actually in the water. You need to be in the water to drown. There's a boat. That one's paddling. That's some hope there. Go out a bit further and they tread water for a while. Then they either start drowning or they continue treading water or they jump into a boat and sail off. It's always a bit of a mystery. Got quite a few sims turning up on the beach. That boat just went straight by. So long as Sam doesn't get stuck giving CPR to somebody while somebody else decides to drown. Because if that happens, the drowning sim will keep trying to drown until he's sick of it, and then he'll get himself out of the water. And by then Sam will have finished the CPR. And that drowning sim that he didn't rescue because he was doing CPR will walk up to Sam and slap him really hard, quite often, over the face, and tell him what a terrible lifeguard he is. And that happens, I'm sure it will happen one day. We'll make sure we catch it on the video. Feature Sam being slapped out by a sim who he failed to rescue from drowning. I've never seen the Grim Reaper actually turn up to a drowning so far. They've always got themselves out of trouble. There's somebody wanting CPR on the beach. There's a sim in the water who might just decide to turn around and start drowning just as Sam starts giving CPR. The game does those sort of things to them when they're getting close to their 35 rescues. But I think Sam is a long way off that yet. That sim seems to be behaving itself, getting out of the water instead of drowning in it. Hasn't Sam started CPR yet? Gonna let that sim just die on the beach. That's not very good, Sam, when we don't have Judy there today. He seems to have noticed the sim needs CPR, but will he offer CPR? There he's gone down. He's doing it at last. Luckily there's nobody drowning. Obviously Sam doesn't like being interrupted from his conversations when somebody needs to be rescued. There's plenty of boat activity, but they're all passing by. There's another sim looking like they're going to play in the water, but that's very shallow water just there. That's the water Judy likes to splash around in. Oh well, that CPR sim's recovered. Undoubtedly it'll take ages to thank Sam, making sure that if anybody's drowning, that Sam's got no chance of rescuing them. They're all very well behaved sims today. They're not going to go in the deep water and drown. I wish a few of them would. I want to get that island. Sam needs to rescue 35 sims, and I've no idea how many he's rescued already, but I'm sure it's nowhere near 35. I do know he has rescued a few. I think there is a rescue in this video. I just don't know when it's going to happen. The video is getting close to the end, so there must be going to be a rescue sooner rather than later. Sam's just chatting. He's not even worrying about surveying the beach. Maybe that sim is going to drown, or else get in a boat and float off somewhere. Yep, there's the drowning sim. Come on, Sam, rescue the sim. Rescue your drowning sim. He's too busy surveying the beach. How long has that sim got to drown for before Sam's even going to notice it? Oh, he's noticed. He's running down now. I like it how he can actually run out quickly. He doesn't crawl through the surf anymore, or through the waves or the water or whatever you want to call it. He runs with his feet up, legs up high, lifting his knees high, just like a real lifeguard would. He doesn't have a jet ski though to go out and rescue them on. He just runs out and swims. So he's not a very well prepared lifeguard. I guess he's as prepared as he can be. You're going to have a chat to the drowning sim. He isn't drowning anymore. That won't count as a rescue if you don't rescue him. So he was drowning and now he's not. He just wants to have a chat. It's a bit like the other video recently where Sam took you so long to go and rescue a sim, but the sim got to the point where it really needed to go to the toilet. So when Sam got out there to rescue him, it was too late. He was heading off to the toilet. Then he came and told Sam off for not rescuing him. Sam's there ready and waiting, just in case this bloke decides to require rescuing after all. But I've got a feeling that's it. We ain't going to get any more Sims trying to be drowning victims. He certainly looks more professional than when he runs out of the water now. There, that Sim's getting in a boat. But Sam is level 10 lifeguard career and level 10 in athletics and level 10 in charisma. So he can't get leveled up any higher than he is. So it's just a matter of rescuing the 35 Sims from drowning. And you need drowning Sims to be able to do that. Now this is interesting. Is that Sim going to run over that one with the boat? So we'll swim out of the way to make sure the boat doesn't run over us, so the boat changes direction and goes straight over the top of him. Well done. So that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye for now, and carrots out.